Hello and welcome to Truth versus Hype. The CBI's 1,500-page charge sheet in the Ishrat Jahan encounter has only confirmed what several investigators had already found, that it was not the case of a heavily armed LET group on the move shot down by the Gujarat police. Instead, it was 4 people already in custody, moved into place wearing blindfolds and executed. But the CBI charge sheet raises as many questions as it answers of the forces at play behind the encounter, which many say holds the key to unraveling the mystery of the killings. "18 months after it took over the case, the CBI began to zero in on the role of the Intelligence Bureau. But as friction with the IB intensified, the Gujarat High Court told it to concentrate only on the genuineness of the encounter. If the CBI had probed deeper the conspiracy aspect, it may have found what a senior bureaucrat who was in the Home Ministry at that time told me, that this had begun as a controlled operation of the Intelligence Bureau, where IB moles are used to lure potential terrorists on the false premise of a strike and then captured. Except in this case, admitted this official, that it all went so horribly wrong that even the initial explanation, as well as every subsequent claim, remains in doubt, from the motive behind the operation to the identity of those killed." The man known as Ishrat Jahan, one of the 2 alleged Pakistanis, was the first to arrive in the last week of April.
But instead of meeting with the members of his module, Zishan, CBI says, lived in flat number 164-165 of Gota Housing Colony off SG Highway in Ahmedabad, possibly as guest of one of Rajendra Kumar's informants. The flat was bugged for audio surveillance. Zishan was kept under a watch by an IB team living in the neighboring flat.
The CBI says the first time he met the others was the morning of the 15th, just moments before they were all shot and killed. The special investigating team whose probe into the Ishrat encounter preceded the CBI says that Ishrat Jahan was identified based on a fake identity card issued from Udhampur, Jammu and Kashmir, in the name of Abdul Ghani, but that the investigation conducted so far reveals nothing about him, his movements or his identity. However, since nobody came to claim him, it suggests rather improbably that he might be associated with some terrorist organization, which it says can only be established after a further probe. The man known in the FIR is Amjad Ali Akbar Ali Rana, alias Salim, alias Rajkumar. The other alleged Pakistani arrives about a month later.
But unlike Zishan, Amjad was given a very different welcome. He was picked up by the cops from Ahmedabad's Gota crossing area and taken to Arham Farms, where he was subjected allegedly to tough questioning. What the CBI doesn't mention, though, but for which it claims to have collected some evidence, is that Amjad may have actually been driven to Ahmedabad by the remaining 2, Javed and Ishrat, on the 25th of May. They have confirmation of this from Sajida, Javed's wife, who says she saw Javed and Amjad leave from Pune, and also from eyewitnesses who saw all 3 of them drive up together.
At the moment, perhaps there are no direct evidence to that effect, but there are various pieces of evidence that suggests that maybe they had come together, and the charge sheet in fact gives a date that on 26th of May 2004 they had actually detained Amjad Ali.
What the CBI is also silent about is Amjad's Kashmir connection. A month after the encounter, Amjad is said to be identified by 3 men jailed in Srinagar.
A team from Gujarat police asked for their custody and were granted it. But here is where matters become confusing. The police team that visited Srinagar says that they could not bring them back on the grounds that the jailer refused to hand them over, which Jammu and Kashmir police denied. Later, all the 3 were released on bail and remained untraceable.
Surprisingly, the CBI has not probed this Kashmir link in any depth. Instead, it seems to rely verbatim on what Amjad allegedly told one of his Gujarat police interrogators, which it's put in his charge sheet, that he has come with a plan to commit a terrorist act at some crowded location in Ahmedabad. Even if their antecedents are unclear, the IB could still argue that there is enough to suggest that Zishan and Amjad fit in with the original idea of a controlled operation to capture those with potential terrorist links. But where that explanation started to unravel is with the entry of Javed Sheikh and Ishrat. The explanations that suggest Javed is a terrorist have been found by the CBI to be hazy.
In 1994, Javed, originally Pranesh Pillai, converted to Islam to marry his wife and moved to Mumbai in Thane. Here, he would repeatedly get into skirmishes, leading to several cases booked against him, which at best suggests he was a petty criminal.
ये लड़का अच्छा है, दीनदार है, तो उसको वो एक तरफ से लेके उसको यूज करना, झगड़ों में लड़कों के झगड़े हो गए, बिल्डरों के झगड़े हो गए, इस तरह से उनको यूज किया जाता था। वो भी मुझे काफी, क्योंकि मैं तो घर में रहती थी, बाद में जब कभी किसी से मिलना हो तो मुझे मालूम पड़ा, अरे जावेद इधर था, झगड़े में था।